Good morning, students. Here we can start the topic is electromagnetic waves. Okay. So electromagnetic waves, first thing is wave. What is a wave? We already learned in 11th standard. Okay. So the wave is nothing but what? A wave is a disturbance that travels from medium from one location to another. Yes or no? Yes. So because of the disturbance only, the particle can oscillate and which produces a wave. Okay. So and this waves it is classified into two types. One is a mechanical wave, another one is a non-mechanical wave. Okay. So what is a mechanical wave? Mechanical wave means what? It is nothing but and these waves can travel through any medium for their propagation. Okay. And non-mechanical waves does not require any medium for their propagation. Okay. And the example is electromagnetic waves. So simply we are telling that electromagnetic waves are non-mechanical waves which travels the speed is equal to speed of light in air. That is, you know the value. What is that? 3 to 10 power 8 meter per second. Okay. So electromagnetic waves are non-mechanical waves and this is transverse in nature. Why it is transverse in nature? Because in this electromagnetic waves, the electric field vector, the magnetic field vector and the direction of propagation, these three are mutually perpendicular to each other. That we will discuss later. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the production of electromagnetic waves. And the next one is what are the properties of electromagnetic waves. Okay. And next what are the sources and what are the classification. We will discuss one by one. And the first one is production of electromagnetic waves. It is done by Hertz experiment. Okay. And this is the experimental arrangement for the Hertz experiment. Okay. Right. So Hertz experiment. So before this topic, one thing we should know. What is that? The main thing is frequency. We all know what is frequency, right? So what is frequency? Frequency is nothing but number of waves produced per second, right? And its unit is what? It is Hertz. So that was made by this experiment only. What is Hertz experiment here? Okay, yes. So initially, here I put 1, 2, 3 here. That is these two are, the number 1, that is these two are metal electrodes. Okay. And this one is a larger metal sphere. These two are the larger metal sphere. And this number 3, it is nothing but induction coil. And number 4, this is a receiver. It is made of ring electrode. Okay. So initially, these two metal electrodes are connected to what? Larger sphere. Right. So on the ends of these two electrodes, it is connected to the induction coil. This induction coil, see, it has a large number of turns here. Okay. That is nothing but high tension coil. What is it here? High tension coil. This high tension coil only gives the high EMF. That is electromotive force. Right. So in terms of induction, the EMF equation is E equal to minus L di by dt. Okay. This L is the inductance. E is the EMF. And this di by dt is nothing but change in current with time. Okay. This L could depends on the number of turns. Right. Suppose the number of turns is large means EMF is high. So here we took the large number of turns coil only. Okay. So this large number of turns we took here, and because of this, the small change in current can create a high EMF. That is high potential. Right. So this coil can maintain the high potential. So this potential is transferred to this electrode here. Okay. So in between these electrode, there is a air. Here some gap is here. Okay. So in between air, the electrode gets, what will happen? Electrode get what? It gets ionized. So some spark is produced in between the gap here. Okay. So spark means what? It is nothing but here the charged particle is moving or jump, whatever. That is spark. Okay. This is one set. And another. He took again two electrodes. It is of ring electrode. It is connected to the receiver. Okay. And which it is kept at some more distance here. And there also some gap is here. So in between the gap also some spark is produced. Okay, which means what? Here the energy is transmitted from the electrode to the receiver in the form of wave. That is nothing but electromagnetic waves. Okay, that is, the charged particle is moving in the form of what? Waves. That wave is known as the electromagnetic waves. And this was Hertz confirmed this, right? And confirmed by that electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Okay, ma'am. And next is, and suppose once this receiver can be rotated by 90 degree, what will happen? At that time here no spark will be produced, right? So from this Hertz was detected that the radio waves, the speed of radio waves, that is also equal to the speed of light in air. That range is what? 3 to 10 power 8 meter per second. This is the Hertz experiment which is done by the production of electromagnetic waves. So from this electromagnetic waves, what? It is produced by from any charges, because the charged particle is moving in the form of wave. That is only electromagnetic waves. Okay, and this is Hertz experiment. Okay, and next we'll discuss that what are the properties of electromagnetic waves. So what are the properties? We have some more properties here. And the first one is, we can say what? Electromagnetic waves are produced by any accelerated charges. Okay. And the second one is, what will you say that? And these electromagnetic waves do not require any medium for their propagation. That's what we are telling. Electromagnetic waves are non-mechanical waves. Electromagnetic waves are what? Non-mechanical waves. Okay. The third one is, electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. I said that before. What? Why it is transverse in nature? Because the electric field, magnetic field and the direction of propagation, these three are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay. That is, so the property I said what? Produced by accelerated charges. Right? And next one is what? Do not require medium. So these waves do not require any medium for their propagation. And the third one is, electromagnetic waves are non-mechanical waves and transverse in nature. And transverse in nature. How it is transverse in nature? Here see, x-axis, y and x-axis, y and z. Listen. This is the electric field vector, that is E vector. Okay. And here this wave. That is a magnetic field vector, that is B vector. Okay. So electric field is acting along the y-axis and the magnetic field is acting along the z-axis here. And this x direction, which means the direction of propagation. X means what? Direction of propagation. So these three are mutually perpendicular to each other. That's what electromagnetic waves are, transverse in nature. Okay. And next one is the speed of electromagnetic waves. What is the speed? Initially I said what? The speed of electromagnetic wave is equal to speed of light in air and vacuum. So speed could be equal to what? Speed of light in air. What is the value? 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. How it comes? The formula is C equal to 1 by root of mu naught and epsilon naught. The C is the speed of light in air. This mu naught is the permeability of free space. This epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. Okay, these two are the constant terms. We are applying the constant values of these two terms, we can get this answer. 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. That is C equal to 1 by, this mu naught value is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 into, this epsilon value is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. By multiplying, taking root and then dividing, we can get what? 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Okay, this is in case of free space or vacuum. That's what I put mu naught and epsilon naught. Okay, suppose in medium, in any medium, the speed of electromagnetic waves, the equation becomes, how will it change here? The C becomes V, that could be equal to 1 by root of, this mu naught is nothing but mu and the epsilon is nothing but epsilon. Okay, in case of medium, the equation is V equal to 1 by root of mu and epsilon. Okay, so by dividing these two equations, that is we know, because in medium the refractive index is there, right? So refractive index formula, mu equal to, mu or n, whatever you take, both are refractive index only. So mu equal to, we know the formula for refractive index. What is the formula? Speed of light in air by speed of light in medium, that we learnt in the lower class, right? So refractive index could be equal to speed of light in air by speed of light in medium. Okay, so what is the C formula here? 1 by root of mu naught and epsilon naught. What is the V formula here? 1 by root of mu and epsilon. Okay, so when this terms can goes to the numerator, then mu could be equal to, what becomes here? Root of mu by mu naught and epsilon by epsilon naught. What is mu by mu naught? Mu by mu naught is mu r. Epsilon by epsilon naught is epsilon r. That is relative permeability of the medium, and epsilon r is relative permittivity of the medium. Okay, this is one of the most important equation. It will come in 1 mark also. Okay, right. These two are the speeds when it travels in free space, when it travels in medium, and these two are the equations. Suppose by dividing these two equations, we can get what? Refractive index of the medium. Okay, and the next point is, this electric fields and magnetic fields of electromagnetic waves do not deflected, which means electromagnetic waves are not deflected by electric or magnetic fields. Okay, and the next point is, what is the energy density of the electromagnetic wave? Energy density. And this electromagnetic waves, it has two fields, electric and magnetic fields. Okay, energy density of electromagnetic wave means, you can mention it as small u, that is energy density, total energy density. That could be equal to the energy density of the electric field plus energy density of the magnetic field. When we add these two, we can get what? Total energy density of the electromagnetic wave. Okay. Now what is the electric energy density of the equation? This equation, UE equation. We learned in electrostatics, right? That is 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square plus, and this UB, it is nothing but energy density of the magnetic field. That equation is half B square by mu naught. So when we add these two, we can get the total energy density of the electromagnetic wave. Okay, suppose since this electric field could be equal to B into C, that is magnetic field, the speed of light. At that time, this UE could be equal to what? UB. Okay, what is UE here? That is, U could be equal to half epsilon naught E square equal to half B square by mu naught. This half of gets cancelled. Remaining term is U could be equal to epsilon naught E square equal to V square by mu naught. Okay, this is also the energy density of the electromagnetic wave. The next one is, What is the average energy density of the electromagnetic wave? That is nothing but, this is average energy density. That could be equal to the same thing only. What? Half epsilon naught E square could be equal to half B square by mu naught. This is average energy density. Okay. Average energy density. Okay. And next one is, what is the intensity of electromagnetic wave? We know what is intensity already, right? What is intensity? Intensity is nothing but energy crossing per unit area per unit time. Okay. So intensity I could be equal to what? Total energy crossing per unit area and per unit time. So energy crossing per unit area, that is surface area here, area per unit time. Okay. So energy by time, we know what is energy by time. Energy by time is power, right? So power by surface area. This is the intensity of electromagnetic wave equation. Power by surface area. This is one of the property. And the next one is, we know that electromagnetic waves carries energy and also momentum, right? Suppose if these energy of electromagnetic waves and it can propagate the speed, right? At that time the momentum becomes, momentum is nothing but P. That P could be equal to U by C. This U is nothing but energy. This is also momentum equation. Momentum could be equal to energy by speed. Energy by speed. When it will happen? When the energy of electromagnetic waves traveling with the speed and the propagations and also what? Momentum is also there, no? So momentum could be equal to energy by speed. And the next one is, suppose if the electromagnetic wave is incident on the any material surface. It could be incident on any material surface. At the time the surface, the energy can be absorbed, right? And the momentum can be imparted as P could be equal to U by C only, right? The same case, the energy can be absorbed and then it can be reflected from the surface. Then the momentum can be imparted, right? At that time the momentum is changing here. So change in momentum, it is del P could be equal to initial minus final. So initially what will happen? The energy is absorbed, that is U by C, minus, and then it can be reflecting from the surface. So it is minus of U by C. Why it is one more negative sign here? Because it can be reflecting back, opposite side. So minus U by C. So we get 2U by C. Del P could be equal to 2U by C. Okay. And the next one is Poynting vector. What is the Poynting vector of electromagnetic wave? What is Poynting vector? Poynting vector is nothing but energy crossing per unit area. Energy crossing per unit area. That Poynting vector equation is S vector. S vector is nothing but Poynting vector. That would be equal to 1 by mu naught into E vector cross B vector. This is a Poynting vector equation. The rate of flow of energy crossing per unit area. That is known as the Poynting vector. Poynting vector means it gives the direction of energy transporting here. Okay. For the electromagnetic waves. Right. And this 1 by mu naught, we can also write it as S vector could be equal to C square epsilon naught into E vector cross B vector. How it comes C square epsilon naught in terms of 1 by mu naught, because we know C equal to 1 by root of mu naught epsilon naught. So squaring on both sides, we get C square equal to 1 by mu naught epsilon naught. So instead of 1 by mu naught, by doing cross multiplication we can get C square epsilon naught equal to 1 by mu naught. So 1 by mu naught, I apply the C square into epsilon naught into V vector cross B vector. Okay, this is also the Poynting vector equation. And the last one is, this electromagnetic waves carries energy and momentum. It does not only carry energy and momentum, and also what? Angular momentum also electromagnetic waves can carry. Okay, so these are some of the properties of the electromagnetic waves. This is a very important question. Properties of or characteristics of the electromagnetic waves. Okay, sources of electromagnetic waves. So electromagnetic waves can be produced by means of spark, which means a charged particle is moving, right? Which one can act as which one can act as a source for electromagnetic waves? The oscillating charges can act as a source for the production of electromagnetic waves. How it is? We'll see that. So in between these two electrodes, there is the charged particles can move in the form of wave, I said. There is an electric field vector. This is the direction, and here that is electric field E vector, and this is magnetic field B vector. Okay, and we know one complete wave distance is what? Wavelength, that is lambda. There is electric field and this one is magnetic field B vector, right? And the Z means the direction of propagation. So we know it, the electric field and the magnetic field and direction of propagation, these three are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay. So first thing is how the oscillating charge can act as a source for the production of electromagnetic waves. So first initially we can take what? Rest charge. Rest charge means we know what is that? Stationary charge. Okay. The stationary charge will produce only what? Electric field. That is, we know already learnt in electrostatics. So this stationary charge can produce electric field, right? So suppose once the charge is moving, when the charge is moving means it has a velocity. At that time it produces what? Current. Current will be produced. That current will give rise to the magnetic field. The current it gives what? Magnetic field. Okay. So this when the electromagnetic wave can be, which means when the charged particle is accelerating, it does give not only electric field, in addition to what? Magnetic field also. So that I said this electric field, magnetic field and direction of propagation, these three are mutually perpendicular to each other. That's what electromagnetic waves are, transverse waves. Okay. Since this electric field is acting along y direction and magnetic field is along x direction, and Z means the direction of propagation. So what becomes the equation here? So I can say Ey, because electric field is acting along y direction. So Ey equal to E naught sine of kz minus omega t. Okay, and the magnetic field equation acting along x-axis, no? So Bx equal to B naught sine of kz minus omega t. Okay, this E naught B naught, which is nothing but amplitude. E naught is the amplitude of the oscillating electric field. This B naught is the amplitude of the oscillating magnetic field. Okay, this omega is the angular frequency and this k is a wave number. Okay, these two equations for the oscillating electric and magnetic field vectors. Okay, so you should know that this electric fields and magnetic fields are oscillating with the frequency only. That would be equal to the frequency of the source, right? Because the oscillating charge is the main source of the electromagnetic waves. Okay, suppose these two fields can be oscillating in any free space, At that time, the ratio of E naught and B naught, which gives rise to the speed of light in air, right? Which means C could be equal to E naught by B naught when in free space. Which means these two fields are acting in a free space. At that time, the ratio of E naught and B naught, which is equal to speed of light in air. So C equal to E naught by B naught. This is one formula. Okay. Suppose these two fields are oscillating in any medium. Okay. Then the equation is, the C can be replaced as what? V. Then V could be equal to E naught by V naught. Okay, so that is less than c. We know that because velocity of light in medium is less than what? Speed of light in air. So this is also one of the equation. So based on this equation, 1 marks and 2 marks problems will come. Okay, noted that. So these two, what is that? Fields of, which means energy of electromagnetic waves. This comes from the what? Energy of the oscillating charge. That is the main source of the production of electromagnetic waves. Okay, so these are the source of electromagnetic waves. That is the oscillating charge is the source for the production of electromagnetic waves. Okay, that's it.